this afternoon. What time is it? I don't even know. Good morning, as Brother Ishmael would tell us. As already mentioned, the person I was fighting with over texting about that song and his talk. Wait a minute, who is that?
Powerful than a locomotive.
Who is that?
Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Up in the sky, it's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman. Yes, it's Superman. A strange visitor from another planet who came to Earth with powers and abilities far beyond those of
Oh boy. So, that's right. I went the mile. I went the extra mile. So, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much for having me up here. I came to this center probably 2.5 years ago, and never knew that I could, because I read The Science of Mind in a Borders one time, never going into a church, and I read The Science of Mind, and I was like, this is awesome. I've got to do this. And but then it just kind of disappeared. And then when I came to LA, I found NoHo Arts Center for New Thought, and I went in. First service I went to, I was about 3 rows down, and I was like, yeah, this is for me. And I remember crying. So I am grateful to be in this place right here and right now. And the idea for this talk came to me a couple of weeks ago, or probably a month ago. I tutor Reverend Patrick Farron in statistics. We have an A, just want to point that out. But I think it's a 96%, just saying. We were talking, we always start out our tutoring sessions with kind of a, what's going on? And I was like, I have this idea, I have this new affirmation. And I'm just going to say it once, and we'll go back to it. But I just say, yes, I am that powerful. I would just like to hear you guys say that and really take it in. Yes, I am that powerful. And so I got to be honest about something. And as I'm in 300 class, I am constantly tripping out on the more and more I am blown away by the amazingness that this philosophy is, or this science is. And what I want to talk about tonight is reclaiming your natural power. Because right here and right now, you have all the power. You have all the power. It doesn't go anywhere. It is right here and right now. And so I want to start out with a statement, another statement for me that has been an eye-opener for me. And you can say it if you want to, but I'm not going to force you to. But I'm going to say that my name is Joshua Sterling Manley, and I am a religious scientist. Whew! Feels good to get that out of there. Whew, get that off my chest. But that, to me, does anybody want to say that? Yeah. Before I move on? Who, just right here, right now, just say it. Yeah. I think what's so amazing about that statement is that the last part, I am a religious scientist. Scientist. What does that mean? That means that we are dealing with a science. And that, to me, that's like taking all the weight off and just throwing it into the closet and going, yeah, this is a science. Because the mirror of life is spot on every single time. And so there is a sweet release in that, to know that as I look at my life, I can go, okay, cool, that's where my thoughts are. Sweet. Now I've got a reference point. And as J. Scott Neal from The Power of Positive Purpose says, we are not dealing with a special abstract power, we are dealing with the awareness that we are part of the magnificent presence, the very creative source of the universe. And I think that's something to celebrate. We're dealing with a science. We can do whatever we want with this science, with this power that is in us at all times. And so, like I said, I wanted to talk about reclaiming your power, and something that has been rolling around in my brain, kind of like when you're playing Yahtzee and you have your dice and that little thing, and it's just like rolling around. This has been rolling around my brain for the past month, and it really has been something to look at and go, wow. And it's about judging the appearances in our life. When something comes up, we playing the human game are easy to jump up and go, man, that sucks. Or this is awesome. Or whatever it is. And what I would invite us to do is to release judgment. Because when we label something good, bad, better, best, preferable, unfavorable, my personal favorite's ugh, bleh, meh. Have you ever said to yourself, man, life would be so much better if, when, or, etc. I know that I'm guilty of this. I will admit it right here, right now. I have said that. I've compared myself to a life that I want. But then I realized that what am I doing? I am putting energy on something that I don't want. And I put this in quotes on purpose. Not to be a jerk, but on purpose. Because when we put judgment onto the way of something that we don't want, we're holding it in place. And we're calling it something that it isn't. And so, something that I think about is that we say this often, we say it's all God. And I want to take this even further and say it either is or it isn't all God. It's either for us or it's not. And I prefer to just go with the straight to truth that it's all God. And so if something happens to me that I deem as bad, I get to look at it and go, this is for me. This is God right here and right now. And to take this further, something that has a quote that has jumped out to me is that life doesn't get better, it gets different. And that to me has really just summed it up. I don't want my life to get better. My life is good. My life is God. I just want to live it differently. And so if that includes, I don't know, abundance beyond my thoughts, whether it's playing my songs in every spiritual center across the nation or maybe internationally, if it's knowing my power, my confidence, whatever it is, it's just a different choice. Because I can just as easily go, you know what, I want to live in poverty. Yep. I demonstrate that like a champ. And so, what if I decided to live it differently? And so, what this makes me think is when you look at your life and you see it for what it is, like I said, there's a sweet release, and so there's a gratitude. There's an opportunity for gratitude in every single moment of our life. And that, to me, has been amazing because everything in our life is a creation of our consciousness. What's that word? Consciousness. Consciousness. It's the answer for everything. Yeah, there might be a technical answer, but consciousness. It's always consciousness. And so I get to step back and go, yes, I created this. This is awesome. And as Robert Shenfield says in his book, Busting Loose of the Money Game, he says, that's an amazing, magnificent, magical, mind-blowing, supernatural accomplishment. Appreciate that. And he was talking about lack. He was talking about looking at your bills and seeing that, whoa, I'm in the red. And just going, you know what, I created this. That is how powerful I am. And so, Ernest Holmes in Science Mind says, what a marvelous thought to bear in mind, that it is done unto us. We need not coerce, we need not create the power, but we must let the great power operate through us. And so I just say you are a channel of this unique, You are a unique, individualized channel of this universe, and that's amazing. And so each moment, you can live something differently. And there is something to appreciate about that. And so lately, I've been looking at my life and looking at the old judgments of, man, this is awesome. I like my life. This is sweet. Or, man, this sucks. Looking at my bank account, there's something, every day something comes up that gives us an opportunity to judge it. But it's also an opportunity for us to take a moment and say, yes, I am that powerful. Because you are. Lack, if you think about it, is an amazing creation in itself. You have made it so real to yourself that you can experience it in every single aspect of your life. It seems so real. The numbers on the statements, the bills in your mailbox, the moths flying out of your wallet, the feelings that you feel, those feelings of dread. I invite you that when you feel those, when you see those numbers, to just take a moment and go, it's just different. And just realize, yes, I am that powerful. And it's something that even just to repeat it, I have moments where I feel like I have science of mind Tourette's, where I'm just like, yes, I am that powerful. Yes, I am that powerful. Yes, I am that powerful. Man, I'm experiencing lack. Yes, I'm that powerful. And so I just want to ask you one more time to just say with me, yes, I am that powerful.
Yes, I am that powerful.
And so any demonstration is something to feel awesome about. Because you did that. You're not a victim here. Like I said, the power is right here and right now, right where I am, where you are. And so I say with each demonstration, you get to take a moment. If you have to, step back, look at it, and go, yeah, I did that. Just take responsibility. Don't blame yourself. Just take responsibility and go, you know what? Yeah, I did that. But that means I get to do something different. And so I say, live life differently. Create differently. Think differently. Choose differently. Believe differently. And I felt compelled to share a couple of quick personal stories. As many of you know, I'm a singer-songwriter, musician. It's part of who I am. And just a few months ago, I was just getting wrapped up in that judgment game of just like, man, this sucks. Nothing is going anywhere. And then this came into my mind of just think differently. Because I'm creating everything. I'm creating the writer's block. I'm creating all this stuff. And so I started to think differently, and then things started happening. I was picked to be a featured artist in a concert with Faith Rivera. For me, that was huge for me. To think, Faith Rivera sang backup on one of my songs? Awesome. Cool, I like that. It's different. I held a fundraiser, so to speak, for my guitar. Before I was thinking, man, I can't get a guitar like that. I saw Alex's guitar, and I was like, man, that guitar is so cool. That is really neat. I want a guitar like that, because my guitar, I can't even plug it in. Judgment, 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 judgment. Think differently. I am surrounded by a wonderful community that helped me, to support me, and now I have the exact guitar that I wanted, the Taylor guitar that I've wanted. It's the guitar of my dreams. And I have it because I decided to think differently. I got booked at the Center for Spiritual Living in Beverly Hills to sing my songs and get paid to sing my songs. That's different. And I like that. That's God showing up. And so what I just say is, life unfolds perfectly. And I just invite you to step into your power in every single moment. Step into the knowing of your power. Because your power is already there. You don't really need to step into it. It doesn't matter where I go, I'm stepping into my power. It's over here, it's over here, it's up there, it's everywhere. And so I say step into your power, and as Kev Mo says in his song, let your light shine, step into your greatness. And so I charge you to claim it. I charge you with that. And I dare you to live different. Thank you.